it's Cory.
And Stephanie.
And welcome to Epcot. We're here this morning for opening day of the 2018 International Festival of the Holidays.
We are super excited. We've already taken a sneak peek at some of the menu options, and there's a lot of good food to be tried here.
Yeah, Food and Wine just ended, and now it's holiday season already. And we just finished a live stream where we went around and checked out a lot of the merchandise that they have. So definitely check out that live stream to see that merchandise. But now it's time to move on to the food, like you said. And I'm hungry and I'm ready to get some savory and sweet dishes. So come along with us as we check out the World Showcase and the 2018 International Festival of the Holidays.
We just made it back to the World Showcase, and I wanted to share that today is Mickey's 90th birthday, and they're giving out buttons. Happy birthday, Mickey!
All right, so for our first stop, we're stopping here at the Yukon Holiday Kitchen in Canada, and we're gonna try two items here. We're gonna try this traditional French-Canadian, I believe it's tourtière, and that looks delicious. It's like a pastry filled with something, and it has some kind of Canadian ketchup. It looks delicious. And then we're also gonna try the maple, I think it's Bûcher de Noël, and that looks really delicious too. You can see that right here. That looks awesome. And sorry guys, these pronunciations of some of these things today are probably going to mess me up a bit.
This is from the Yukon Kitchen. It's the traditional French-Canadian tourtière with Canadian ketchup. I asked the cast member, how do we pronounce that correctly? And she's from New Jersey, and she laughed and she goes, it's a meat pie. So I think I'm gonna keep with that name. It looks delicious and it's super warm coming straight out of the kitchen.
So also from the Yukon Kitchen is this. This is the Maple Bûcher de Noël, and it's maple mousse rolled in gingerbread chiffon cake with cranberry sauce and pecan crumble. And this looks really good. It's definitely one of those Instagrammable desserts. Looks very delicious.
I'm excited to give this tourtière or meat pie a try. It looks good. I can actually smell the ketchup. It says French Canadian ketchup, so I'm not really sure what that is. It smells like it's still made with tomatoes, so let's give it a try. That is bursting with flavor, more than I actually was going to give it credit for. The pastry itself is nice and flaky. The contents of it, I'm assuming it's a beef. I'm not sure exactly what all they have in there, but there's a lot of seasonings. You definitely get that holiday, flavor to it. I would almost bet that there's some cinnamon in there. It is really, really good. I'm excited to give this more of a try.
All right, Stephanie seemed to really like this Canadian tourtière meat pie thing, and it does smell very, very good. And I agree with Stephanie. I can smell the cinnamon. I know it definitely has that festive kind of cinnamon scent to it, so let's give it a try. All right, so I agree that tastes pretty darn good. The ketchup has a really good flavor to it. I wish there was almost more of it. The inside is definitely very moist. It has a lot of moisture in it, so it's not nearly as dry as what I kind of thought it was. Like an empanada, it's definitely wetter than an empanada. It almost looks like a gravy inside of it, but the flavor is good. I wish I knew what meat it was inside there. Something tastes a little gamey, so I think there might be some lamb in there, lamb and beef potentially, but the pastry itself is extremely flaky, and overall, all the flavors here are unique, and I think this is a really good start to the Festival of the Holidays. All right, so we're gonna try the Maple Bûcher de Noël. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it looks absolutely delicious. And you can see all of that cream inside there, which is, what kind of cream was that? It's a mousse, a maple mousse, and it's rolled in this gingerbread cake. And it looks really good with the cranberry sauce and the pecans. So let's give it a try. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's really, really good. Let me get one more bite real quick.
I'm I've got to ask you guys, why am I seeing people so cute all over the place like this?
That is so delicious. It's so moist and creamy. The gingerbread flavor is coming through perfectly. That cream inside there, that mousse is so good. The cranberry has a nice tartness, so it's cutting with the sweet. And then on top of that, the little pecan crumble on top is delicious. I'm not even kidding right now. This is one of the best desserts that I've ever had at any festival. I just had 2 bites, so I can say that with confidence. I really think this is so delicious. And again, really is going to give you that holiday punch of flavor that you're looking for here at Festival of the Holidays. That's so good. So as you go around the World Showcase here, we have the Holiday Cookie Stroll. And so how this works is there's 5 different cookies around the World Showcase at some of the kitchens. And if you get all 5 and get all the stamps, then you can go and exchange it for the completer cookie along with an ice cold glass of milk. And the completer cookie is this red and green Mickey sugar cookie. And so that's pretty cool. So you can go around. It looks like the one that they have here at this booth is $2. So I'm guessing that they're probably around $2 each. And you can go around and try them all. Like, get your completer cookie. It's pretty neat. All right, so we're off to a great start here at the Festival of the Holidays. Everything we just had over at the Yukon booth was so delicious, but that dessert, which I'll let you say.
The Maple Bûcher de Noël.
Yeah, Maple Bûcher de Noël.
There we go.
Was delicious. One of the best things I've ever had at a festival.
Yeah.
So delicious. And we're gonna go continue to try some more items around the World Showcase. So we made our way back here just past France to the LAHE Holiday Kitchen, and this one looks really good also. We're gonna try the pastrami on rye with house-made pickles and deli mustard, and then also, guys, I want to try an egg cream. So this is something you see on the menu a lot up north in New York, New Jersey, Brooklyn area. It's I know that it comes from that region, and it's basically chocolate milk with syrup and seltzer. And I've heard it's really good, so I want to give it a try. So we're going to try both of those right now. All right, so from the LAHE booth, we got this. This is the pastrami on rye, house-made pickle, and deli mustard. And it looks really tasty. I love pastrami sandwiches, so I'm hoping that this one lives up. So we also decided to try the egg cream here, and it's something that's not too fancy. I mean, it's milk, chocolate syrup, and seltzer. And like I said, this is something that is common, at least that I've seen up in New York on menus, like in delis there. And so I'm really excited to give it a try because I've never tried it before. All right, so let's give this pastrami a try. It looks good. It smells delicious. Okay, so the flavor of the pastrami itself is really tasty. I mean, it's good pastrami. It's a little bit on the dry side, and the bread a little bit dense around the edges. Overall, I think it's pretty good. For the price, I wish there was something a little bit larger. But I think that the flavor of the meat itself is good. Just a little bit on the dry side, but let's try the pickle. The pickle's delicious. Wow. A little bit spicy. You can definitely tell it's house-made because of the way the vinegar flavor comes through. You can tell a difference when something's been pickled for a long time or when it's freshly pickled. And this is a really, really good pickle. I wish it was sliced up on the sandwich. That would be delicious. But overall, pretty good dish here with this pastrami on rye.
All right, let's give this egg cream a try. Looks good. I've never had it. That's different. I wasn't sure really what to expect with seltzer being, you know, that carbonated bubbly, but you definitely got the milk, and it's not overly powerful for the chocolate, but it's smooth enough that it's a nice beverage.
All right, so I'm gonna try this egg cream as well. It's really interesting. not that sweet at all, just with the chocolate syrup, and there's not a lot of it. The seltzer comes through, you can definitely taste it. Steph said after she shut off the camera that it almost tastes a little bit like a watered down Yoo-hoo, and I can agree with that. It does taste almost like, if you've had the chocolate drink, a Yoo-hoo, tastes a little bit like that, like chocolate milk almost, that's a little bit, it's just not as sweet as usual as you would expect, and then that seltzer that kicks through, it's really an interesting drink. It's nice and cold, and it's refreshing even on kind of a warm winter day here, but it tastes really good. I think it's something different, and I'd give it a try. So we've made it to Japan, and I believe this is pronounced Shewasu, and it's the holiday kitchen back here in Japan, and look at the options that they have here. The New Year's celebration soba, that looks delicious. Buckwheat soba noodles and hot dashi soup with chicken and spinach. We're definitely gonna try that. And then they have a green tea Yule log here that looks really good, and I wanna try it, but probably not right now. We're gonna hold off on that, try that at a different time, but I am excited to try this celebration soba. So here's the New Year's celebration soba, and this looks really good. It's a soup. Look at the broth and those noodles. They're buckwheat noodles with chicken and spinach. Everything here looks really good, and this was $6.75, but the portion size, guys, is big. Steph picked that up, and it's full of broth. It looks delicious. I mean, this is definitely like a lunch portion of a soup, and it looks really good, and I can smell it too. It smells amazing.
Yeah, it really does. This is really a really fragrant dish. You can certainly smell the onions. I'm excited to give it a try. This is very good. The noodles are cooked perfectly. They're not overcooked or undercooked. The chicken I was a little concerned about because when I was cutting it, it didn't feel like it was like fall apart, like it was probably cooked in the broth, but I was completely wrong, and I'm glad about that. The chicken has very good flavor. It must have been cooked in the broth to be that well seasoned. And the bits of onions in there, very, very good. Overall, I like this dish. It does have a very authentic flavor. And for the portion size, you really could make a meal out of this or share with a friend.
That's delicious. So, like Steph said, a huge portion, and now that we finish this broth is so good, and I would highly recommend coming here, especially when things start cooling down, and just getting this for lunch. I mean, you could get this for one person for lunch, and then get a dessert, and you'd be all set. So, for the value, $6.75, I think this is a great deal for a delicious soup. So we're here at the American holiday table, and there's some good looking options here too. I think we're gonna have to try the slow roasted turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, and cranberry sauce. We're less than a week away from Thanksgiving, guys, so this will be a little preview for Thanksgiving. They also have some ham, the hand-carved smoked ham, and then this chocolate pecan tart looks good, and then of course they've got one of the cookies for the little cookie challenge to go around and try all 5, and they've got the green and white sugar cookie, and it looks really good. All of the things here smell delicious coming out of this kitchen. Excited to give it a try.
Here at the American holiday table, we've got the turkey and stuffing with mashed potatoes and gravy, cranberry sauce, and fresh green beans.
All right, this plate has everything, so I'm gonna get a bite that has a little bit of everything. So this is turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and cranberry sauce all in one bite.
It's like in the car. What do you say? Do you want to send really? Do you want to send some comparison to marble? And I go, what?
That's good. The turkey's moist, nice and moist, not dry at all.
You guys are like, okay.
Cranberry sauce has a nice flavor, and the stuffing's really good too. Mashed potatoes just really taste like everything else that's on top because there's so much. I didn't really try them alone. But let me try the green beans, because they look pretty good too. The green beans are good too. They got a nice crisp, which I like. You know, they're fresh green beans. They're not all mushy. They've got that nice snap to them. So they're really good. And again, following the theme, like back at the Japan booth, look at the size of this thing. There's so much food here. Do you know how much this one was, Steph?
I believe this one was in the $5.50 range.
So like $5.50 for this big thing of turkey and mashed potatoes. I mean, this is, again, a lot of food, and you guys know what happens when you eat turkey, so I think that, that this right here, if you ate it all by yourself, you'd be pretty full. Alright, so we made it over here to the Tuscany Holiday Kitchen, and this is what I want to try right here. This looks absolutely delicious, and it's a baked 4-cheese pasta, Parmesan crumble with truffle essence. Good luck saying the name. I just asked someone, they told me 4 times, and I just cannot get it down, so I'm not even going to try, but it looks absolutely delicious. Basically like a baked mac and cheese with truffle essence, so that looks delicious. Alright, so we made it over to the Tuscany booth, and this is what we picked up. I can't pronounce the actual name. I tried and it went horribly wrong, but this is basically a baked 4-cheese pasta with Parmesan crumble and a truffle essence, and I can tell you that truffle essence is definitely coming through because I can smell it right now, and it smells absolutely delicious. I love truffle and can't wait to give this a try.
This is a really fragrant dish. I could smell it as I was carrying it. I'm excited to give this one a try. The Parmesan on top of it looks really good. That is very good. The pasta is nice and al dente. The truffle is very, very good. It's a very creamy dish. I'm not sure I'd want to eat all of this by myself and then walk around the World Showcase, but the flavor is so good, and that truffle is awesome. Really creamy.
Alright, so we've eaten a lot more savory dishes here at the festival than I expected that we would. So we stopped here off of the Feast of the Three Kings. We're going to switch over to getting some sweet treats now. And the first one I'm going to try is right here, and it's this tropical eggnog, which sounds really interesting. Excited to give it a try. So from the Feast of the Three Kings booth, here is the tropical eggnog. And I don't really know what to expect. I mean, I've never had tropical eggnog before. It doesn't really say what flavors are in it, so I'm excited to give this one a try. All right, let's give this tropical eggnog a try. That's tasty. It actually looks like there's some kind of, without sticking my finger in it, some kind of fruit inside there, and I didn't get any of that. Let me try it one more time. It's not fruit, it's a cinnamon stick. Wow. So the eggnog itself is, so tropical wise, I think it's coconut is the flavor that I can taste coming through. Now I don't taste anything else. I was thinking maybe there might be some kind of like pineapple flavor in it or something, but there's not. It really just tastes like a coconut eggnog, which is really delicious. And then it's got the whole cinnamon stick in there, so you get that cinnamon flavor coming through too. I think it's really, really tasty. I wish there was a bigger one. If you like coconut and you like eggnog, you definitely would like this, what is tropical eggnog from here from the Feast of the Three Kings. So for the last food item of the day, we're gonna stop off here at Sweets and Treats because Stephanie really wants to try the Peppermint Sundae. She loves peppermint, and this is chocolate ice cream with whipped cream and peppermint candy. So from Sweets and Treats, here is the Peppermint Sundae, and that's a pretty good portion of ice cream. Look at all that chocolate ice cream down there. That looks great. And it's, you know, the end of a nice day here, but it has been a little bit warm, so this is gonna be very refreshing.
So this is actually a really good portion size. I'm excited to get in and give it a try. It's getting a little warm here, so this is certainly what we need to help cool us off. Okay, so the chocolate ice cream has got a nice fudgy chocolate flavor. The whipped cream is starting to melt, but that's not a bad thing. It's a good whipped cream. The peppermint on top, I was expecting more like crumbled, like candy cane basically. So this was kind of something different I wasn't expecting, and when I saw it I was kind of disappointed because I was looking forward to the crunchiness of the candy cane as well as just having it there. But this actually does have the flavor from the peppermint still being dusted on top, which is nice. nice good flavor, and I'm excited to get down and really get into more of that chocolate ice cream because it does have very good flavor.
So that was the first day of the 2018 International Festival of the Holidays. I know it's a mouthful, but what did you think of the festival?
I think it was awesome. We actually tried a lot of good foods and really didn't have anything that we didn't like, which was unusual. I'm excited to really come back. There's so much that we weren't able to try, in one visit, but awesome time here today.
Yeah, we were able to try a lot of items though, and they were all good. I didn't have anything that I didn't like. And really some of the standouts, that dessert over at the Yukon booth, the
Maple Boucher de Noël.
What she said, it was absolutely delicious. The maple mousse with the gingerbread cake and it was like rolled like a log, and it was so delicious. Still, I think that was one of the first things we ate today, and ended up being my favorite item of the day. But those noodles back in Japan, that broth with the soup and the noodles and chicken,
crispy
spinach,
onions.
The crispy onions, so good. And I'd highly recommend that, like as a meal. I mean, it was so good. Everything was great here today. We're gonna be back many times. We got some other plans here at the festival to come back and do some vlogs, so we're excited. Hope you enjoyed coming along with us today. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. Maybe one of the other things I did enjoy trying was that tropical eggnog.
Oh yeah.
It had such a unique, surprising flavor. You've got to like the coconut because you can certainly taste the coconut, but having that cinnamon stick in there was a really nice touch. I thought it had a really good flavor. It was something really unique I've never had before.
I agree. It was delicious. Well, that's going to do it for us here today at Epcot. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up and subscribe below for more like it, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.